So, come to the part where we're getting into more detail on this guy. We're going to be doing some work on his teeth, his nose, on his eyes. A lot of this is just dressing it up and giving it a bit more detail. Necklace, so that's going to be a strawberry necklace. Get him cleaned up. And then there's a lot of sanding to do, a little bit of Dremel work, a little bit of wood burning, and this guy will be finished. Well, after we get him all nice and shiny, let's get to work. We got a long way to go. Hello, and welcome back to Bob's Carving Hobby. Today, our budding bar buddy Aiden is getting a makeover. In parts 1 and 2, we started carving what I like to call bar buddies out of a solid chunk of walnut. Each block of wood has its own story, and I love imagining what character might be hiding inside. Aiden is a character of pure imagination. These carvings are all about fun, expression, and letting your creativity run wild. No two bar buddies are ever the same. A quick safety tip. When using a mallet and chisel, always keep your hands behind the cutting edge. Never carve towards yourself. Always carve away from your body. Keep your tool sharp. A dull tool can slip and cause accidents. And remember, take your time. Rushing can lead to mistakes or injuries. Bar buddies are outlandish, imaginative characters with exaggerated features and personalities that jump right out of the wood. If you're new to wood carving, you're in the right place. I'll walk you through the process, share some essential safety tips, and talk about the joys and challenges of bringing a unique piece of art to life. If you haven't already, you may want to watch parts 1 and 2 to see how we got to this point. I'd like to ask for your subscription. It really helps the channel. It's free, and we're going to have some fun. So subscribe, you'll always be glad you did. And I really appreciate your help. Thanks. Wood carving is incredibly rewarding, but it does require some caution, especially when using sharp tools like chisels and a mallet. Always wear safety glasses. Little wood chips can fly up and injure your eyes. A pair of gloves can help protect your hands, but make sure they're snug and don't get in the way of your grip. I start by sketching my bar buddy onto the wood. I like to exaggerate features. Big noses, wild hair, buggy eyes, even crazy toothy smiles. Once I'm happy with the design, I use my mallet and a heavier straight chisel to remove larger chunks of wood, roughing out the basic shape. It's all about finding the character inside that block of wood. I remove wood in layers, keeping symmetry by balancing the carving on all sides. Study and mark what needs to be removed next, then remove another layer. As the shape is revealed, smaller chisels and gouges are used to bring out the basic shape you're looking for. Okay, so our bar buddy's getting pretty close to being finished. See, I just drew pupils on his eyes, get an idea on what this dude's gonna look like. This is where the fun part comes because there's a lot of sanding to do. We're going to get started with that, as well as doing up the finishing details in this part of the segment. Let's get started. So we're starting with 80 grit paper. It's wise to wear gloves. Remove a layer, inspect, mark what you remove next, and repeat. It takes time and patience. At times it can be frustrating, but there's something magical about turning a plain chunk of wood into a finished carving. Every cut reveals a little more personality. The process is meditative. You lose yourself in the rhythm of the mallet and chisel. Each step bringing you closer to finishing your piece, and that sense of progress is incredibly satisfying. Progress through the grits. Finished with the 80 grit, move to 100, 180, 220, 320, 400, and finally 600 grit for a smooth surface free of imperfections. I embellish and highlight details with a wood burning tool. It can be done with stain or paint as well. I love the natural look of wood, so I don't paint my carvings. Stain, on the other hand, will color details like hair and skin while letting the grain show through. Okay, so this is a rotary tool, or a Dremel. It's got a burr on there, and they're kind of diamond, or they come in different shapes and sizes so that you can get into tight spots and clean areas out, or cut wood, or drill holes. It does all sorts of stuff, remove wood. Doesn't work quite as good as chisels, but it has its purpose when we get down to this point in the carving. Hang in there, here we go. I use a Dremel tool, or a rotary tool, when I get the basic shape complete to smooth out and refine the shape of my bar buddy. It gives me a better surface to work on as I transition to the finer details. Once I'm happy with the basic shape, it's time for detailing. Hair, eyes, nose, mouth and teeth, everything needed to bring more realism into your work. Progress seems to slow down at this point, and that's all part of the process. This is where the creation begins to take on its personality. It's your choice of hair detail. Will the eyes be staring orbs or have eyelids? Lips big or small? Mouth open or a wide smile with impressive teeth? The detailing brings the carving to life. Take your time working each detail until your character looks good. Clean up corners. The skew chisel is great for that. Plain irregular bits that don't belong with the straight edge chisel. 80 grit sandpaper or small diamond grit files are great for the finer shaping of details. When you decide things look good, it's time for the sanding and finishing process. Start with 80 grit sandpaper and cover the complete carving. You might find spots where you need to step back, clean up, or refine with the chisel. Do what needs to be done and get back to your 80 grit. The carving is really starting to look good. Admire what you have accomplished. A 4-inch square, 12-inch high block of walnut has become a finished work of art you created with your own hands and a few tools. Give it that final shine and glossy finish with the wood finish, and your bar buddy is finished. What a great feeling that is. We're almost finished with this bar buddy, but we do have a few problems. One, the eye had a knot in it. That knot has come out. And this one tooth down here delaminated, and I lost some wood off of that. So we're going to repair that and take it from there. What I've done is I just hollowed that out. This is where the other eye was. This one here popped out. I cut a small piece of wood. This is going to fill in that eye socket. Also have another small piece of wood, so you can see here, that I'm going to use for this tooth. Let's put those together. Put that down there so I don't lose it. Work on his eye first. People have been carving wood for thousands of years, creating everything from tools to works of art. When you carve something, you're adding your own chapter to that story. And the best part? Your bar buddy will be around for generations, a little piece of your imagination passed down through time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to come back for Aiden's gleaming reveal in the last part of this Bar Buddy series, coming up soon. Like, subscribe, and share. This is Bob Jones, and I will see you in the next video.